Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing wonderful on this Friday Eve and that you are out there getting this money, education, and you are loving every minute of this journey that you are on. In this video, I am going to talk about a few awkward moments that I have had and some other notaries have had and how we dealt with them. I hope you guys find this beneficial, and also please like, comment, and share down below. I am having the headset on today because my son is acting like he is having a party in the house and playing PlayStation with his friends. So if you hear any noise in the background, I apologize in advance. So, the first awkward moment that I'm going to talk about is one time I arrived at a signer's home and they met me at the door. We said our pleasantries and they asked me to take my shoes off at the door. The first time it happened to me, I was like, "What? You want me to do what?" And they were like, "Can you please take your shoes off?" I obliged, of course, because I am coming into your home to do a service for you. And I took my shoes off. Don't get me wrong, I do wear my shoes off at home, but this was not my home. And so it was a little awkward at first, but I pushed through. I gritted my teeth. I did what I needed to do, came back outside, put my shoes on, and went ahead and came on back home. I do know that some individuals state that they have they either have some footies for socks, or there are also some dress socks, some dress like stocking footies. I know that a lot of people say that they either have a pair of socks in their bag or they put those footies in their bag. So if they do get to their signer's home and they ask them to take their shoes off at the door, they can either put the socks on or they can either put the stocking footies on, and that will help them do what they need to do until they're able to get back outside and put their shoes on. The second awkward position that I have been in is when I arrive at a signer's home and they realize that I am black and they do not want me in their home. This has happened to me a few times. The first time, and it is a sensitive subject to talk about, but it also is a subject that needs to be talked about. So if anyone else goes through this, they know how to handle themselves and they won't get angry, they won't get upset, but they'll deal with it professionally and then afterwards deal with it in a way that they need to that will help themselves, which is what I did. So I arrived at the family's home and they opened the door and realized that I was black. I am a very personable person. I love meeting new people. I love talking to people, doing my signings and getting a rapport with them. I feel that that makes them feel comfortable, and that's why I do it, because it also makes me feel comfortable and to let them know that I am not a threat to them doing this process. Well, this one time the first time it ever happened to me, I went to the signer's home. We went in, went and sat down, and I was explaining the instructions and what we were going to be doing. We started the signing process, and I was talking, and no one was talking back to me. They looked at me and they gave me a look like, "Listen, we are cordially and dealing with you right now because we are trying to get this completed because this is what we're trying to do. We will deal with you while you are here, but once we're done, it is time for you to leave." And that was that. Once that last piece of paper was signed, they basically got up. They got up and opened the door and told me, "Okay, it's time for you to go." I professionally and politely asked them if they didn't mind, could I go back through the documents to make sure that everything was correct, to make sure that no signatures were missed, no dates were missed, no notarizations were missed, to ensure that there was not a delay in funding for the loan that they were trying to get at that time. They respectfully allowed me to go through the documents to make sure that everything was okay. Once I finished that last piece of paper and turned it over, I could not get my belongings in my notary bag fast enough that they were like, "Okay, are you done?" And this is exactly how they were speaking to me. "Are you done?" I said yes. I said, thank you for your time. I got in my car and I have left. Thankfully, I've only ever dealt with that 2 times since I have been doing this, and I have been doing this for almost 2.5 years. So I am thankful that those are the only 2 times that I have dealt with them. But I will say that dealing with them those 2 times was emotionally and physically draining for me. And I don't think I did anything after those 2 signings because of the emotional toll that it took on me because of what happened. So I dealt with it. I, if it happens again, I'll still deal with it and keep it moving because I understand. I know who I am. I know the type of person I want to be. I know the type of person that I portray myself to be, and that is what I want to continue being. So I, no sweat off my brow. I keep it moving. All right. So the next awkward moment, it comes from another notary. She went to do a signing and she was providing the instructions to the signer, and she was telling him that based off of the instructions they needed to sign in blue ink. The signer hauled off and said, "Why? Is the title company representing Democrats?" The signer said that she was shocked, and that the signer probably could see it on her face because that was the first thing that this was the first time that anything like this had ever happened to her. She said, excuse me, she got herself together and she told him, "No, sir, that is not why we sign in blue ink, because when we do scan backs with your documents, the documents that are signed in blue ink show up as blue being the original color, and black shows up as though it was copied." She said he understood and the signing went on and continued with no problem. But she said she was really shocked that he said that because she was like, it just came out of nowhere. Next, the next awkward moment I've been in is when a signer asked me, and I've had this happen to me more than one occasion. They asked me, "Do you have my money or do you have my check?" Usually it happens with sellers signing. But it also has happened a few times with refinance signings. And I let them know, no ma'am, no sir, I don't have your funds. Usually there's a form in here that provides us instructions on for you to tell us how you want to receive your proceeds. And if not, then, you know, we can get in contact with the title company, or if you're doing a refinance, your loan officer, in order to see when you will get those funds or how you will be getting those funds if that information is not in the packet. So they usually find that okay, find that sufficient, and then they move on to the next thing. And the last but not least, this awkward moment came during a general notary appointment. Whenever we verify a signer, we verify their identity. So I was getting his identity and putting his information in my notary journal, and he asked me, "Are you going to steal my identity? You have my driver's license, you have my date of birth, you have my first name, my middle name, and my last name." And I told him, "No, sir, I am not going to steal your identity. I love my freedom and I want to continue to be a notary, and I love my notary commission. So if I did that, then that's me saying that I want my freedom to be taken away as well as my notary commission, and that is a no. I want to keep both." And so I also laughed. Unfortunately, this was the only time that I did not remain professional, because when he said it, it caught me so off guard until I immediately bust out laughing. I truly did bust out laughing. I truly did bust out laughing, and he was like, "Are you okay?" I had to apologize, and then of course that's when I told him, "No, I'm not gonna steal your identity. I love my freedom. I love my notary commission, and I'm gonna keep both." And so he was like, "Oh." He's like, "You were good." He's like, "You're a good sport with that." I was like, "Were you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, I was dead serious." He's like, "People steal people identities every day, no matter how good they say they may be. People give in to temptation every single day." And I told him, "You know what? You are absolutely correct in that." And I said, "But nope, I don't want it. You can have it. I'm just here to provide you a service and make sure that everything goes smoothly." So those are the awkward moments that myself and another notary has been through. I am very interested in order to see. So you guys please like, comment, share down below if you also had any of these awkward moments. And if so, have you dealt with them in the same way we have, or have you dealt with them in a different manner? Because of course we all have built a brand, or we're trying to build brands, and I always want to make sure that I remain professional, because of course not only am I representing my brand that I am trying to continue to move on along, I'm also representing the signing service, the title company, and the lender who's hired me to do this job for them. So I hope you guys provide me some good things to read and comment on. So until next time, happy stamping and signing.